says it's live, but sometimes it takes it a minute to catch up. I'm waiting for some Facebook Live signals that everything's ready. All right, here we are. Good morning. Cutting a little close to 10:30 this morning, but I'm here. My name is Miss Sarah, and I'm here for Build a Reader Storytime, virtual storytime for families. If you're joining me on the Tulsa City County Library page, I'm the youth librarian at the Herman and Kate Kaiser Library, and we're gonna sing some songs, read some books today. I've got to do a couple of my administrative things to get us started while people hop on. If they do, it's hard to show up live sometimes. I'm gonna hum one and maybe sing a little bit one of the songs that I used to play when we were live in person of like our pregame song. Wait. Do you guys know how to hum? I just remembered a puppet I want to get up. It's when you make sounds with your mouth not even being open. It's pretty cool. A little bit of you, ooh, ooh, yes, that's all I need. A little bit of you, ooh, ooh, I want a lot, a little more, please. Here, it is 10:31, so we are ready to get started. It seems like. Let me make sure I pushed all my buttons. A little bit of you, ooh, ooh, yes, that's all I need. A little bit of you, ooh, ooh, I want a lot, a little more, please. Hey, kiddo, I got a riddle. What you gonna do when the sun goes down? Hey, kiddo, I got a riddle. We'll sail this moon right out of town. Sail this moon right out of town. Sail this moon right out of town. Good morning. My name is Miss Sarah, and I am the youth librarian at the Herman and Kate Kaiser Library. Today is Thursday, February 4th, 2021. We've made it to February, everybody, and the month is like a square. If you look at a calendar, there's the number 1 on Monday, and it goes all the way down. I think I read something that said that only happens once every 200 years. So, happy February 2021. Welcome to Build a Reader Virtual Storytime for Families. This is part of the Tulsa City County Library here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our system-wide story times. You can have watch story time Monday through Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Wednesdays and Thursdays it's family story time, and I believe Mondays it's babies and toddlers. Tuesdays is babies, and then babies and toddlers. Tuesdays is preschool, and I love all of those, but I love doing family story time because I can give you tips for all ages. So if you have a baby and a toddler and a preschooler, or you only have one of those, you can feel at home here. You might see my, I've got, an assortment of puppets behind me, my maps, this chair. I've worn a different shirt every week or month that I've done this. And today, yes, I thank you, Kat. This is one of my horse shirts. So we're doing a little bit of a focus on animals today because those are the books I have. And I've got all these great puppets. All right, let's get started. Especially if you have a small person with you and you're like, they don't care about the talking. Let's get to the singing. All right, we're going to get started with our Talk, Sing, Read, Write, Play song. Then we'll roll right into, I think today we'll roll right into Roly Poly. And then I'll tell you, I'm going to do my early literacy tip right before my book, I think. But it's coming. So, what are the 5 ways that we can grow and build our great readers? 5 practices. Talk, sing, read, write, play. And if you think, in case you're wondering, because you see this watch band and see this shirt, my favorite color is purple. It's true. I just thought I needed to point that out. You ready? We're going to sing it. Those 5 things. Talk, sing, read, write, play. 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 All right, you did it once. Let's try our other hand. You know, like yoga, you got to work both sides of your body. Can't just do one. It's a lot of times why we repeat songs. You got to kind of work out both sides of that brain. Talk, sing, read, write, play. 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 It's important to do some silly sounds. All right, ready for some roly-poly before we get into our early literacy tip and other songs. One I'm up. The other one too. Meet him right in the middle. Roly-poly, roly-poly, up, 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 up. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly, down, 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 down. Very nice. All right, get those arms set up again. We can do 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. All right, you ready to spin them? This time we're going to go in, so bring your arms towards your body, then out, away from your body. 1, 2, 3. Roly-poly, roly-poly, in, 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 in. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly, out, out, out. There you go. Out, out, out. Last one. 1, 2, 3. And slow. Roly-poly, roly-poly. Fast, 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 fast. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly. Slow, 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 slow. Very nice. Now, if you're watching this live, you'll know it's very windy outside in Tulsa today, so you might hear the wind, because I'm by a window. Sorry. But it's a very windy day. It's kind of a cold, blustery day, but that's okay, because we can try to stay warm. Try your best. All right, my friends. Now we're ready to drive in our car. We got our arms warm. We got our hands warmed up with our first song. Then our arms ready to go. Put that steering wheel right in front. Who's ready? Who's ready to go on a road trip besides everybody? I'm ready to go on a road trip. I have not been on one in a long time. But we're going to go to Minneapolis right now. You ready? Driving in my car, driving in my car, driving all the way to Minneapolis in my car. Red light, stop! Now, what sound does your car horn make? Beep, 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 beep. I used to do beep, 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 beep on beeping our nose, but we're trying to not touch our face so much anymore. So instead, we're going to beep the car horn like you would beep a real car horn. So I'm going to beep towards you. Can you beep the car horn in front of you? You ready? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Driving in my car, driving in my car, driving all the way to Minneapolis in my car. Red light, stop! What sound do your car windshield wipers make? Swish, 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 swish. That's right. Let's sing this song with our windshield wipers. Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 swish. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Driving in my car, driving in my car, driving all the way to Minneapolis in my car. Red light, stop! What sound would you make if you hit a bump in the road? We used to do car mufflers, but spitting. We're not doing spitting right now. But what sound would you make if you hit a bump? But we won't do that. We'll do bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 swish. What comes next? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Driving in my car, driving in my car, driving all the way to Minneapolis in my car. Red light, stop! What sound would you make if you were driving down the street and you saw your very best friend on the sidewalk you hadn't seen in a really long time, and you roll down the window and you stuck out your hand from more than 6 feet away, preferably, maybe even 15 or 20, whatever we need to do to keep each other safe. You stuck out your hand, and what would you say to your friend? Hi! That's right. Let's sing this song to our very best friend, even if you haven't seen them in a very long time. What would you say if you saw them, even if you couldn't get up real close? Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 swish. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Driving in my car, driving in my car, driving all the way to Minneapolis in my car. Good road trip, pals. All right, my friends. It's time for early literacy tip. Today, one of them is, let's see, we're talking about talking and reading together. So I'll read you real quick. Oh, you can see it, but the tips that are on these signs: encourage dramatic play, add clothes to the play area, or have your child act out stories with puppets or stuffed animals. Great idea. Read. You know your child best. Show your child you love reading, and they will love reading too. Great tips, but that's not the one I'm doing today. Those are your freebies. Those are ones that are just there. But I'm going to talk today, talking to the grown-ups. So my little friends, keep dancing, whatever it is you're doing, my grown-ups. Sometimes if we're reading a book to toddlers and preschoolers, we try to change language or words in a story. Like if a word is too hard, or just, you're like, my kid's not going to know that. We change it. And I used to do that a lot in story time, where I just like kind of breeze on past it. And I attended a training once with a woman, someone important in the literacy field, Saroj Goding, and she talked about the importance of not replacing words that kids might not know, because guys, that's how they learn the new words. And I was like, incredible, great idea. So this tip is based off that experience and some other experiences I've had reading one of the books I'm reading today in a preschool classroom where I was visiting. It was incredible, and I'm going to show you some tips. We try to change words that are complicated over a kid's head. Don't change it. Read that difficult and complex word. You have a couple options. You can take the time to explain the word before you get there. So before you start the book, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate first. You can define it as you go along, which I will also demonstrate later. And you can wait till the end of the story. Or you can not define it at all the first couple times you read it and wait till they ask. There's lots of options. So I said 3, but there's lots of options. And sometimes they'll figure it out from the context. Yeah. Kids are smart. I'll show you guys a couple different ways to do that. And hearing new vocabulary, though, since this is family story time, hearing new vocabulary is important for all ages, babies on up. How else they gonna learn? All right, enough of me talking. Here is Truman, and the main character in this story, the little girl, her name is also named Sarah. So I really like this book. There is a word in this book that's kind of really hard, and it's called pensive, and it means to think about something. Pensive. I tap my head because that's where our thoughts are. And so when you're doing it with older kids, you can talk about a word and be like, do you know what that means? Because that's always really fun to be like, what do you think this means? But ahead of time, hey friends, here's the word pensive. It means thinking. So every time we hear the word pensive, tap your head and we're going to think about thinking. So this book is about a turtle. So I've got this turtle here. I can't do the puppet and the book at the same time. See, and I can't really... You just know he's there. Truman was small, the size of a donut. A small donut, and every bit as sweet. Here's Truman. There he is. He's a real cute small turtle. My turtle looks a lot like that turtle. He lived with his Sarah high above honking taxis, growling trash trucks, and shrieking cars. If you had this at home, we're looking it up close, you'd talk about the trash truck, the taxi, the bus. Truman is really small. He's right up there. I saw the number 11 bus, which traveled south. And on the side of the bus, it says, "See new sights, hear new sounds, think new thoughts." Truman never honked or growled or shrieked at anybody or anything. He was peaceful and pensive, just like his Sarah. Pensive. That means he's thinking. One day, Sarah ate a big banana with her breakfast, clipped a blue bow in her hair, and buttoned up a brand new sweater. She strapped on a backpack so big it could carry 32 tortoises, but 0 tortoises did. Sorry, I've been saying turtle, but it's a tortoise. I'm not good at knowing the difference. Sarah placed 7 green beans in Truman's dish. 2 more than usual. See him nibbling? Nibbling. She kissed her finger and touched it to his shell and whispered, "Be brave. Be brave." And then she left. Not to worry, she'd left before, and she'd always returned. But this time, that backpack was particularly big, and Sarah looked particularly pensive. And that banana, and that bow, and let's not forget about those extra beans. Truman's putting all the pieces of this puzzle together. That's when Truman saw something he'd never seen before. Sarah boarding the number 11 bus that goes south. And the bus roared away. There she goes. Truman waited for Sarah to return. He waited and he waited. He waited 1,000 hours. Tortoise hours, that is. Until he could wait no longer. He would go after his Sarah. He would catch the number 11 bus even amid the honking and the growling and the shrieking. Even if it seemed impossible. Bonk! That's when he noticed the rocks. 3 rocks that had always been there. He just had no. Ordinary rocks that now seemed extraordinary. Help me count them like we did with our roly-poly today. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. And the arm of the couch and the pillow propped just right. And that tall, tall boot. And the rug. That glorious, endless rug. Without Sarah, the house seemed vast and uncharted and unsettling. Those are some more $10 words. It's all kind of scary. Truly unsettling. Look at those toys. But perhaps most unsettling was that Truman could no longer see the taxis or the trash trucks or the cars. He's too small. He couldn't see out the window anymore. Or the number 11 bus. Which way was south anyway? Now the sun hung low like Truman's head and heart. Just then, vroom, screech, swish, up floors and under doors. Truman heard it. The bus! It was time to catch the number 11 south amid the honking and the growling and the shrieking. Yet standing there in that ray of light, Truman felt peaceful and pensive and brave. Dun, 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 dun. But just as he was about to slip under the door through that opening barely the size of a small tortoise, start looking at it on this side and come all the way. What's gonna happen? Sarah! She spotted him shining like the sun. Truman, she cried. She scooped him up and said things like, "Oh my goodness, and you, and how did you ever, and amazing!" Sarah kissed her finger and touched it to his shell, and I hope she washed her hands and tucked him back safely in his tank where he was peaceful, pensive, and proud. Look at that tree. Look at that. Look at that little guy. And later, just before bedtime, she read him a story. There. Oh, I can't. It's really hard for me to do this. Truman! There's his little face over here. Now, Truman knew that one day soon he and his Sarah might travel south. There's the school. No, over here's the school. It says show and tell. To see new sights, to hear new sounds, and think new thoughts. Like the words on the bus. Together. The end. And that's the story of Truman, with a little bit of pensive thrown in there, and you might also do that with unsettling and some of those other ones. But here's my little Truman the tortoise. Tortoise. I don't know the difference. But I'm going to show you. This is what the Sarah in the story did. She kissed her finger and tapped her turtle and said, "Be brave." Now, I don't recommend putting your finger back in your mouth after touching a tortoise. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. So Truman's gonna do it for you. He's gonna kiss his little hands. He's gonna point to you. Hi. Hi. And he says, "Be brave." And I'll show you too. Be brave. I like that story. All right, time for some more singing, and we will also do another book today, even if we go over time. All right, guys, it's time for the little chickies. Los pollitos dicen pío, 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 cuando tienen hambre, cuando tienen frío. La gallina busca el maíz y el trigo, les da la comida y les presta abrigo. Bajo sus dos alas, acurrucaditos, duermen los pollitos hasta el otro día. One more time. Bum, ba, ba, ba. Los pollitos dicen pío, 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 cuando tienen hambre, cuando tienen frío. La gallina busca el maíz y el trigo, les da la comida y les presta abrigo. Bajo sus dos alas, acurrucaditos, duermen los pollitos hasta el otro día. All right, before we get to our second book, we are going to sing the telephone song. So get out your phones. You can pretend to FaceTime. You can hold your phone like this. You could get a pad of paper or a little book. I'm gonna try this one today. Something's written on there, I don't know what. I called you on the telephone, ring-a-ling-a-ling, you weren't home. I called you on the telephone, ring-a-ling-a-ling, you weren't home. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Nobody's there. Went to your house, knocked on the door, knock, 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 then I knocked some more. Went to your house, knocked on the door, knock, 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 then I knocked some more. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Nobody's there. So I went to sleep and dreamed of you. Shoo! Shoo! I went to sleep and dreamed of you. Shoo! Shoo! Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Nobody's there. So I called you on the telephone, ring-a-ling-a-ling, you weren't home. I called you on the telephone, ring-a-ling-a-ling, you weren't home. Ring one time, bring! Ring two times, bring, bring! Ring three times, bring, bring, bring! Ring four times, bring, 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 bring! Hello? Uh-huh, yes. Yes, no, I'm doing story time. We'll have to talk later. Okay, bye! Click. All right, my friends, we're going to read one more story today that has a couple of, $10 words in it, too. This is Gaston, written by Kelly DiPuccio. I forgot to tell you, Truman was written by Jean Reedy and illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins. Sorry, I forgot about that. I'll put links, hopefully, today. Gaston, words by Kelly DiPuccio and pictures by Christian Robinson. Who's great. Christian Robinson, it was the 2019 Books to Treasure illustrator. Books to Treasure, short note, is a program just for second graders. If you are a second grader, you know a second grader, call me. Because we've got special limited edition, different book, different illustrator, special limited edition library cards and other assorted things for you. But this was a previous illustrator, really honoring his art. This is the story of Gaston. And look, I'll show you something. These are some really pretty end papers. They match. And look, the illustrator signed my book and he has a little doodle of Gaston. It was really cool, guys. Can't wait till you're in second grade. Talk to me about it. All right, Mrs. Poodle admired her new puppies. Fifi, Fufu, Ulala, and Gaston. Would you like to see them again? Fifi, Fufu, Ulala, and Gaston. Perfectly precious, aren't they? Mrs. Poodle thought so too. The puppies grew as puppies do. 3 were no bigger than teacups. The 4th, however, continued to grow and grow until he was kind of the size of a teapot. Mrs. Poodle took pride in teaching her puppies how to be proper pooches. They were taught to sip, never slobber. Does anybody know what proper means? Proper. They're being really fancy. Good. Well done. Very nice. Oh, but Gaston, nice try. He's not being very proper. He's being messy instead. They were taught to yip, never yap. Yip, 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 yip. But Gaston says, "Wah!" And they were taught to walk with grace, never race. Tip-toe, tippy-toe, whoa! The puppies were also taught how to look pretty in pink, nibble their kibble, and ride in style. Whatever the lesson, Gaston always worked the hardest. He practiced the longest and smiled the biggest. He's trying really hard, guys. Mrs. Poodle was very pleased with all her puppies. Fifi, Fufu, Ulala, and Gaston. Spring arrived, and the proud mother was eager to show off her darlings. She took them to the park for their very first stroll in public. There was so much to see. Daffodils, ducklings, other dogs. Oh, dear, what do we have here? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. Would you like to see them again? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. This was more than a little awkward. The mother sized up the pups and the pups sized up one another. I think there's been a terrible mistake, Mrs. Bulldog said, breaking the silence. Oui, oui, Mrs. Poodle agreed sadly. Whatever shall we do? Mrs. Bulldog could not come up with an answer. I guess we'll let them decide, she replied at last. Gaston and Antoinette were young, but even they could see there had been a mix-up. The 2 puppies began to circle around and around and around the group. Gaston walked with grace. Antoinette raced. Gaston yipped. Antoinette yapped. They're very different. And when they finally came to a stop, the puppies had traded places. There! That looks right. Just didn't feel right. That evening, Antoinette tried to fit in with her new sisters, but she did not like anything proper or precious or pink. Phooey. On the other side of town, Gaston tried to fit in with his new brothers, but he did not like anything brutish or brawny or brawn. It's a lot of words that start with the letter B. Brutish, brawny, or brown, or with the letter P. Proper, precious, pink. A lot of words. Yuck, says Gaston. He doesn't like digging through the trash. Antoinette and Gaston weren't the only ones who were having a hard time adjusting. The mommies missed their puppies. The next morning, Mrs. Poodle forgot all about being proper and raced to the park. Mrs. Bulldog was already there waiting with her burly brood. It means a group of puppies. In this case. It seems we've made a terrible mistake, she nearly shouted. Wee, Mrs. Poodle agreed happily. This time, Gaston and Antoinette wasted no time trading places. They went back where they belonged. There. That looked right, and it felt right, too. From that day forward, the families met in the park every afternoon to play. Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette taught the poodle puppies a thing or two about being tough. Likewise, Fifi, Fufu, Oudala, and Gaston taught the bulldog puppies a thing or two about being tender. What do you think it means to be tender? Many years later, when Gaston and Antoinette fell in love, as dogs do, and had puppies of their own, they taught them to be whatever they wanted to be. Look at those pretty flowers. The end. And that's an example of ways you can talk about the probably difficult words in the middle of the story, and you'll get interactions from your small children / small friends talking back to you, which will make the story take longer, but it makes it more fun and interactive, and then everybody learns new words. So that's one way to do it. All right, my friends, it's time for our 2 closing songs. We've got our Moon, 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 and our goodbye song. Thank you for being here today. You can, if you like this story time or want to see other story times, you can go to our various branches Facebook pages, but you can also go to youtube.com/Tulsa Library, and we put up as many of our story times as we can and other videos, things like that, for you to enjoy. If you have questions, you can comment, like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, that's for you too, not for here. But it's time for our Moon, Moon, Moon. Moon, 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 shining bright. Moon, 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 my night light. Sorry, turn on. Moon, 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 I can see. Moon, 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 you're taking care of me. Let's do that part again. Moon, 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 shining bright. Moon, 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 my night light. Moon, 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 I can see. Moon, 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 you're taking care of me. Look up, it's the moon. Look up, it's the moon. Look up, it's the moon up in the sky. It's big and round, and I have found that it looks just like a pizza pie. All right, let's do it again. Moon, 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 shining bright. Moon, 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 my night light. Moon, 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 I can see. Moon, 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 you're taking care of me. Look up, it's the moon. Look up, it's the moon. Look up, it's the moon up in the sky. It's big and round, and I have found that it looks just like a lemon pie. right, friends. You ready to clap? We clap and sing goodbye. We clap and sing goodbye. With our friends it's story time. We clap and sing goodbye. Then we wave and sing goodbye. We wave and sing goodbye. With our friends it's story time. We wave and sing goodbye. Bye-bye, friends. Hope you have a great February. Remember, you can come to the Tulsa City County Library Facebook page and see a story time every morning at Monday through Thursday morning at 10:30. I will be back the first Thursday in March. Thank you, friends. Bye.